Welcome to Coffee with Coach. We're here at Moore CDJR on Highway 96 bypass in Silsbee. We are week 3 here. Silsbee Tigers will be playing Nederland on Friday at 7:30 at Tiger Stadium. It is their first home game. Welcome, Coach. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing good.
So, that was a tough opponent we had Friday with Newton, and it's hard to play a team when they've got 3 Division I commits and all going to TCU. I think we all got a taste of what TCU is going to be getting.
Sure. Yeah, they're a really good football team, and we came out and did some things well early, and we just got to be able to finish out and not make mistakes. We turned the ball over a few times, and it's got to get better at the basics, blocking and tackling, and taking care of the ball, and things that we need to focus on. So we just got to push forward and go on ahead to the next week.
One of the things that I think that a lot of people noticed was the penalties, and it wasn't just Silsbee. You saw it on both sides of the ball. It was just it seemed like there was a sloppy game in the beginning. Is that the feeling that you got?
Yeah, I mean, we've got, execution is a big part of the game, and so we have to be able to execute. And, one of our goals offensively in all 3 phases is to eliminate pre-snap penalties. And so that has to be a big focus for us in eliminating just mistakes and being able to execute. So, you can't worry about the officials, and you can't worry about – there's certain things you just can't control. You can't control the officials. You can't control who you're playing. You can't control the weather and all that. We know that's always going to be an issue around here. All that controls what we do. And so we've got to get better at those things.
And still, we were able to see some offensive plays from Draylon Taylor. Seems to be running the ball really well.
Yeah, he played well, and so you're going to see more and more of him. We're going to do some things to make it a little bit, if easier is the right word, but we're going to do some things to make it where he can perform and do well. And so, we're excited about that moving forward. And the thing about playing somebody as good as we played last week, it points out every single thing that you need to work on. I mean, you find all your weaknesses. And so, for us, that's a positive headed forward. I mean, we're building towards district. And so we just got to, keep chugging along.
Also saw a 1-yard touchdown run by Dylan Tarver. Seems to be an aggressive player. What are your feelings on?
Yeah, Tarver's a good football player. I mean, he's a guy that he likes to go out and have contact, and he's done well so far up to this point. We're counting on him. He's a big part of what we do.
Defensively, we had Darshawn Turk. He had a fumble recovery, and Cameron White interception. That was his second takeaway of the season. He seems to be playing well still.
Yeah, that's a good play by him on the interception. And so, we've got to continue to focus on turnovers.
This week coming up, your second opponent in District 12 5A Division II, Nederland. They're picked second in that district. We've already faced Port Neches Groves. Similar teams, aren't they?
They're a lot alike in the kind of kids that they have. I mean, they're defensively, they've only given up 3 touchdowns in 2 games. 2 of the touchdowns that they gave up were defensive touchdowns that West Orange scored on a fumble return and on an interception. So they really only gave up 7 points to West Orange, and they gave up 2 touchdowns to United, which one was late in the game. So they're really good defensively. They're sound in what they do. And offensively, they're really well coached up on the offensive line. They got a couple backs that are pretty good. Their quarterback situation, we're not certain on what's going to happen there. They had a kid get hurt and so forth, but they're pretty sound in what they do.
I think what we saw against United, their quarterback was Blazon Fernandez. He's 5'11", 185. Is that who we'll most likely see?
I think so, probably. I've heard they've got another kid that might be coming back, but we're just going to have to line up against whoever they put out there.
You spoke of West Orange Stark and United. Nederland defeated West Orange Stark in the season opener 19-18, and then they turned around and defeated Beaumont United 23-14. First season for them in football since their consolidation. New head coach there at Nederland, is that correct?
Yeah, but he's a guy who's been there for a long time. I think he was an assistant, so I don't know that things. I think maybe last year was his first year.
Okay.
But as far as Nederland, they're always good, and he's been there a long time, and so I don't see them have taken a drop since they've changed. I think he does a good job.
We see Port Neches grows with their tradition, and then we hear about Nederland and Port Neches grows football games when they play each other. Will they bring the same kind of fan base as Port Neches grows would be?
From what I hear, they will. So it'll be a lot of people there, and so we need a lot of people out to support us as well. 'Cause I think they'll bring a pretty good crowd. Especially with the success they've had recently, and then just the history of Nederland football. So, yeah, we're excited about that part. It'll be a fun environment.
Now, what do you tell your kids coming into this game 0-2? What is your approach?
Our kids' attitude's been pretty good. We've practiced. We've been slopping around in the mud the last 2 days, and thought we've practiced pretty well. We just got to continue to grind. Ultimately our goal is talking about what we do. Moving towards district, and we're getting one step closer to that every week. So we just got to continue to get better.
Now I know it's been raining a lot this week, and you guys have been practicing outdoors in the mushy field conditions. That's probably what we're expecting Friday as well, with some 50% chance of rains.
Yeah, we got to be able to. That's one of the reasons why I believe in going out there and practicing in that stuff, because there's a good chance we're going to be playing right in it. So we got to be able to get used to taking snaps and handling the football and kicking the ball and holding the ball and doing all the things you have to do to be able to play. And so, to us, I talk to our kids about that's to our advantage. We're used to playing on a field that's muddy and all that stuff, and so we just got to use that to our advantage.
Friday night, youth football night. That's when you have all the youth football teams come out, and they get a chance to run out the Tiger Tunnel. Is that correct?
Right. Yeah. Any of the youth football kids, they just show up in their jersey and they get into the game free, and the coaches of the little league teams get in free with their kids, and so will the team moms, and that's a big deal for the community. Those kids get to be on the field in pregame, and then they run through the tunnel. And then they run through the tunnel like 7:05, something like that. They'll make an announcement, and those kids get to run through the tunnel. So it's a cool deal for those kids, and they get excited about it, and it's fun to watch those little guys run through the tunnel.
Once again, first home game. Expect a big crowd here at Tiger Stadium. Any other thoughts, Coach?
No, we just need people to continue to support us, and we're excited about just getting the lineup again, and I think we have a good football team. We have the components to have a good football team, and so we just got to keep plugging along.
All right, Coach. I appreciate it. Thanks very much.